Welcome to the Pro Wrestling Rundown here on YouTube.
Do not adjust your settings. You are seeing us back in a new setting, of course, but hey.
Well, it's the Pro Wrestling Rundown, that's why. I am the X-Man, and this is Internet's own Mike Edwards.
Yeah, I guess I can't go with TV's Mike Edwards anymore, but hey, it's good to be back with you.
It is good to be back here together once again. Now, we're going to talk about professional wrestling. WWE, TNA, independent,
everything our heart desires. So, I mean, hopefully it's going to be entertaining, and the people out there are going to enjoy this as much as we're going to enjoy shooting it.
And we will always have breaking news, like breaking this week from WWE, Sheamus injured.
Yes, I have the story up right here. He suffered a torn labrum in his left shoulder and requires surgery. He will be out 6 to 8 months.
Guess he aggravated it at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view back in July.
And then re-aggravated it on the tour in South Africa, in addition to his leg injury, which looked pretty nasty on TV.
That did look nasty. So Sheamus out 4 to 8 months.
I think it said 6 to 8 months. Let me double check that.
6 to 8, 4 to 8. However, Sheamus,
4 to 6, you're right.
Sheamus is a major player in World Wrestling Entertainment.
Yes, he's been pretty... Well, he's been big time when it comes to...
Last year he had his world title reign, with... 2012.
He's always in some of the top storylines.
He's very, very well loved as well.
So Sheamus, get well. We'll see you
Sheamus.
4 to 6 months.
Hopefully in time for the Royal Rumble. Come back for that.
Yes. Now, on to another subject. Like, this is where we talk about our takes on storylines.
And we could go for hours.
Well, let's try not to this time. We
No,
got a lot more episodes to shoot in the future, so... First of all, I went on a rant on Facebook, which is, of course, Mike Edwards on Facebook, about my thought on TNA.
X-Man. They don't let you put the.
Is that actually a name? Well, I guess it was. I mean, it was the Ringmaster. But anyway, I digress. My thought on it was, I didn't like the fact that they brought in Tito Ortiz. They're bringing in two guys to help promote Spike's Bellator promotion, which is right after TNA Impact. Now, what they did is they released a lot of guys, including two guys, Luke Gallows and D'Lo Brown, who were involved in a major storyline.
Weren't they a part of Aces and Eights?
Yes. That's my point. They're releasing guys who are essential to their storylines, actual wrestlers, to bring in these guys to help promote Spike's TV show.
Not going to be honest with you, Mike. I am not a TNA fan. I barely watch it, but I watch enough to understand the storylines. Reminds me of WCW 2000.
Well, that's what I said. I also had a rant on this on Facebook as well, where I said that they did something smart. They're firing the guys from Aces and Eights, whereas WCW never did from the NWO.
But D'Lo Brown is a very talented competitor, and Luke Gallows is still young, got plenty of years in him. Maybe WWE could pick him back up.
Hopefully.
Or Ring of Honor.
Well, even in the case, one of the guys that was let go from TNA because they could not come to an agreement with his contract was Matt Morgan.
And a former WWE wrestler as well.
Who is rumored to be in talks with WWE. More on that in the future.
So it looks like the pendulum is swinging, whereas a lot of guys went to TNA for a lighter workload. Now you see Rob Van Dam recently returning.
Christian. So, I mean, they're losing their guys over there, and, Dixie Carter thinks she's more over than half the talent pool.
The problem with TNA is Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff are involved.
I agree. There's too many egos over there. You need to...
And I'm not going to stand here and say that I think everything's all hunky-dory in the WWE.
Oh, no doubt. I'm not trying to slam TNA. I think TNA has a talented array of wrestlers on the roster, guys that can actually put on an hour-long match and be entertaining. But the problem is they're not utilizing those guys. Instead, they're pushing guys that are former WWE, kind of like WCW in later years.
That's like I said, it reminds me of WCW when the Monday Night War broke out. They had Hogan, Savage, Luger jumped,
Yep. And again, like we said, WWE's now buying up a lot of their guys. And to me, one of the things I think WWE's doing right, the Wyatt family.
Yes. Formerly Husky Harris.
Yeah.
Now Bray Wyatt.
And by the way, you fans may be smart, and we know it, and you guys know it, but chanting Husky Harris does not make you an intelligent fan.
No. Just knowing that, a lot of people even might think that because Curtis Axel was formerly Michael McGillicuddy, people are like, I know his real name. Yeah.
But, that's not a hero.
It's all characters, people.
Yeah, just enjoy the ride.
Just enjoy it. Don't chant Husky Harris. Enjoy the new character.
Yeah,
because it's a very interesting character.
When Sid Justice came to WWE, nobody chanted Sid Vicious.
No.
So, kind of look towards your past there, people. Anyway.
Although, if you recall, Earthquake was Avalanche in WCW. Then he became the Shark. Shark attack, shark attack.
But still, nobody chanted Earthquake. That's my point.
No, because we weren't there.
We understand that you're smart. We understand that you get it. But just enjoy the ride. That's what it's there for. You don't go to an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie and chant Terminator.
Why not?
Or go to a Rambo movie and go, Rocky, Rock. We know he's played somebody else. Just enjoy the new characters.
It's like a movie. Just recast it in a better character, if you ask me. I thought Husky Harris was stale, member of the New Nexus.
Yeah, didn't really do much. He tagged up with Michael McGillicuddy, oddly enough.
And, Michael McGillicuddy, Curtis Axel, we all know that it's Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig's son. So, talent is there.
Just, he's got to utilize it now.
Finally, with a mouthpiece in Paul Heyman.
Yes, he'll learn.
Not exactly as good as his daddy was at promos, but nonetheless.
No, and that's what I like about it. That's something I think WWE's doing right as well, is they're bringing back the manager. You've got Zeb Coulter and Paul Heyman, and these are two guys that can talk.
They got wrestlers that really, Jack Swagger can talk, but not as good as, say, a Zeb Coulter,
Right. And with his, what he's been spouting
and
off.
we all know that Brock Lesnar can't cut a promo to save his life. He sounds like he's been sucking on a helium balloon for 15 years.
Yeah, the microphone is definitely his kryptonite.
So Paul Heyman as his mouthpiece.
It's perfect.
Perfect. Now, obviously, CM Punk did not need Paul Heyman as a mouthpiece because CM Punk's one of the best promo cutters
in the business today.
Yeah.
But having him over there got him over as...
Well, yeah, because he's a Paul Heyman guy.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Interesting feud going on there as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that match at SummerSlam. It's starting to shape. That's good. To me, it's going to be the main event. And even Daniel Bryan, they're doing the right thing with putting him in the main event finally.
Well, yeah, I think pushing Daniel Bryan is brilliant. He's extremely over with the crowd. A very talented wrestler. And I'll tell you what, last year him and CM Punk had a great match at Over the Limit in May of 2012.
Well, he had a couple great matches even on Raw.
Yeah.
No matter what.
I mean, the wrestling on Raw right now, 3 hours is, if anything, we're just getting more matches and able to see more talent.
And I'm actually happy they're showing more matches and doing more with the talent, getting them. That's how you get over, is by putting them out there.
It's a wrestling show. We want to see wrestling.
Right. Now, that being said, since we talked a lot of WWE and TNA, we're also going to touch on the Indies. We don't want to leave them out because the Indies are, for the most part, the future of pro wrestling.
And we have our background in indie wrestling.
Yes, we do. And again, look at guys like CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, the former TNA champ Austin Aries. These guys came from the independent
circuit, yes.
And being that we are from Central Pennsylvania right now, we're filming in Central Pennsylvania, we can only touch upon what we have available to us. If you want your show, you want your promotion promoted on our show, we'll give you information later on at the end. As for right now, the two indie promotions that we talk about the most are probably going to be Phoenix Pro Wrestling and Stealth Bomb Wrestling. And why?
Because they're the local feds.
Exactly.
They're within a 40-mile radius of this building.
Yes. And as far
Plus, we happen to know a good bit of the roster on each one.
Yes, we do. Now, the updates that I've been getting from both of them are, I'm noticing Phoenix Pro, they're getting ready to debut in Du Bois on August 24th. For the information I show, see their Facebook page.
Go to PhoenixProWrestling.com, I believe.
Yeah, and they've got some really talented guys over there.
Oh, yeah, they do.
I know, Shane Malice has been wrestling a couple different promotions. The fanboy Dax Hastings, who is from Du Bois.
Yes, he'll be making his hometown debut in Du Bois August 24th. That's a Saturday night. Bell time is...
I don't have the bell time right now. I think it's about 7:30. Again, check their Facebook page for more information. We talked about Stealth Bomb Wrestling. It's a new promotion about to open up. It's going to be hitting Planet Ice in Johnstown. No date's been announced. But listen to this roster so far. Black Lightning.
Wow.
NJ Syndicate. Randall Fairway. Fabulous Fred Flash. Quinteen Robinson. And Israel Sharif Fakor. That's a good start. That could be a roster right there.
Right there you got 3 or 4 matches just with ISP and Black Lightning and Randall Fairway and NJ.
Yeah, and...
I'm not too familiar with Fred Flash and Quinteen Robinson.
Yeah, I know Quinteen's a local celebrity from Johnstown. I wish him good luck in that arena.
Wish everybody good luck in
Yes.
both Phoenix Pro and Stealth Bomb Wrestling.
Now, Fred Flash is very notable. He's been in a lot of independents across Pennsylvania, probably a little outside of Pennsylvania. I'm not wholly familiar with him, but I do know the name and know that
we look forward to seeing them in action, not only,
Yeah, hopefully we'll be there for that debut. I'd love to see that show. That ought to be
yeah, because I know me, you, and some other guy attended a Phoenix Pro show not too long ago. We got to see some of our old friends. And
Right, and again, I'd like to take a time right now. We can do this with this segment. This will segue perfectly. I'd like to profile an independent wrestler right now. Somebody we could talk about, somebody that we know. If you want your profile on here, we'll give you information later. You can email us and all that kind of stuff. We'll have that at the end of the show. The star I want to profile is somebody that we know very, very well in ISP, Israel Sharif Kaur.
We know him all too well.
Yeah,
you were kidnapped by him.
Yes, I was. He was the hardest act to follow. He calls himself Big Time Israel. Originally, he was Israel St. Patrick. He was a big star in the old JWA promotion.
But if you recall, on September 11th, 2010, he became Israel Sharif Kaur after the War for Territory 3 show in which he was hauled off.
Yes.
By police.
Yes, and
deported.
Yeah, I've had my run-ins with him, and not only kidnapping me, but at one point in the ring, he actually super kicked me and legitimately bloodied my nose. I mean, I
remember that.
Yes, it was not a fun time for me, but
I laughed.
Of course you would. You and Drew.
Well, you didn't. Yeah, me and Drew didn't like you.
Yeah, I don't like Drew very much either.
I still love you, Drew. Where was Drew?
Hi, Drew. Anyway,
I thought he was there the whole time.
Anyway, back to Israel Sharif Kaur. He's somebody to watch out for in this promotion. He'll be champion in no time. And I've even messaged Verbal Quick, who is the owner of Stealth Bomb Wrestling. I said, be careful when you sign this guy. I know what he can do. You want some advice? Stay well away from this guy. Even AON owner Cass Edison couldn't escape his wrath, as Israel St. Patrick and
Israel Sharif Kaur.
Yeah.
All the way to the dying days. He couldn't escape him.
Yeah, that Landon Donovan alone at Sidewinder Insagori, where he puts his foot on his shoulder like this and then swings around. Devastating.
I can't do that move.
No, not many of us can.
But ISP can, and he does it well.
Yeah. Again, see him in Stealth Bomb Wrestling. That's gonna be fun to watch.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing some of the greats from our local indie scene back in action. It's been too long.
Yes, it has, and it'd be fun to be there. Like I said, I hope that's going to be a time that we'll both be available to go up and enjoy the show. We've been to a couple Phoenix Pro shows. We're not trying to show no love for them. We've been to a couple Phoenix Pro shows, and we
had a great time. Enjoyed some great wrestling, and it's good to see. Who's the grand champion? C4 right now.
C4,
right?
all natural. Hey,
hey,
just for you, buddy.
Tag team champions. They were the Gays. Starlight Gays. I don't know who. I think the titles actually changed hands.
It's possible.
Thunder in the Valley.
I wish I could say I kept up a little bit closer on them. I apologize for not doing my homework.
We missed the show, but it got canceled due to the weather anyway. But this one coming up on the 24th, if you never checked it out, some great wrestling, some great local stars.
Yep, yeah. Go on, see it. It'll be fun. Especially
support indie wrestling. That's pretty much. We're all about supporting professional wrestling as a whole.
Yeah, in indie wrestling, you get a lot of great stars. And we've also gotten some news here, hold on a second, that there's going to be Power Pro Wrestling starting in Altoona as well. Now, as I understand, this is going to be start off as a training school that's going to eventually evolve into something. I believe somebody you might know, is running it.
I don't know.
Doug Diggler?
Doug Diggler. That's news to me, Mike Edwards.
Yeah, well, I've been hearing about it from a lot of people on the street, and well, that's what made me Mike Edwards before, is that
Doug Diggler, former KCW superstar.
Yeah, didn't he work over at the station?
Oh, yes, we worked together at Rocky 1049. He used to do nights from 7 to midnight in the Freak Show with Doug Diggler.
Yeah, I think there's a couple other guys that are from KCW running it. He's just the name that I happen to know at the moment that's running it. When we get more information, again, we'll try and have it on the show.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add? Anything else we want to talk about before we try and wrap this up? I mean,
this is our inaugural episode. As we go forward, we'll have more,
Yeah, we'll probably have more segments. We'll probably have more information. We just want to get the name out there and want you guys to know who we are.
I think they know who we are.
I hope so.
At least me.
Nobody cares about you.
Nobody cares about Ted either.
So what's your point?
Poor Ted.
Well, anyway, we do have a Facebook.
We do?
Yes, we do. We actually do have a Facebook, and I'll see if I can find it here for us real quick. Cause,
that's a neat little gadget. Why don't I have one?
Because I'm Mike Edwards and you're not.
What? They said they're afraid I'm break it.
That's probably true too. Again, I'm Mike Edwards. I take care of my stuff.
I got a crayon and a piece of paper.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise
Oh, there it is.
Oops.
Oops.
Gosh darn it.
Hey,
Try to
watch your
watch my-
language.
They told me to wash my mouth, but my damn nose gets in the way.
Hey. Oh, wait, this is YouTube. We can't swear.
Well, yeah, but we're probably still going to have a lot of kids that watch because it is wrestling related.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we do have a Facebook. It is the Pro Wrestling Rundown. Visit it, like it. We're going to try and get some information on there between me and X. Every now and then we'll probably post some stuff. Back there is a... Look at this. Look at this. There's a new portrait on there already. Check this out.
Portrait of us.
Look at this picture. Look at that.
Well, that's quick.
There we go. It took a little bit to load up. Look at that, folks. Right there.
We're back. Better than ever. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's pretty cool. Visit our Facebook. We'll try and get as many things up there as possible between taping of episodes. We're going to try and do this bi-monthly, so I'm hoping that that'll give everyone else a chance to...
We need to get air conditioning in here. I'm sweating like a snow cone in Phoenix. Pro wrestling.
And we also have an email address.
We have one of them too?
Yes, we do.
Where have I been?
Now, is it at Gmail or is it at Yahoo?
Yahoo! We'll let you know at the bottom of your screen.
If not, it will be on the Facebook page. Again,
And on our YouTube show.
come onto the show, come onto the Facebook page, like us. We'll try and have some fun stuff on there. With the emails, if you send us emails, if you have questions, I will check them on the air. Maybe answer a few questions about former stars. Maybe you just want to tell us what you think about the show. Anything like that.
Anything that needs improvement, we take criticism about as well as the president.
Well, we're actually better than that.
We'll just lie about it.
Yeah, hey, also the email address, that's where if you want to give us some information on your indie shows, where you're coming, what you're doing.
Drag.
You know, obviously we're going to try and do this
Oh.
twice a month, so any information you can get us ahead of time so we can get it on the show, we can get the dates, we can get the spots, who's going to be there, if you're going to have a major star involved, let us know. Send us pics, send us videos. We'll put them on the air while we're hyping your show as well. If you also would like snail mail, how to get a hold of us to send us the DVDs, email us. We'll get that information to you as well where you can send those packages. Same with the indie stars. If you want to have your profile in here like we just did with ISP, send us pics, send us videos, send us all the information. You know, we write everything down. We'll have it right here on the air. We'll profile you possibly.
My God, Scott Steiner, don't do it. That was Rick.
Maybe I should pick a new partner that knows the difference between Rick and Scott Steiner.
Scotty Steiner, Frankensteiner, my God. Can you get him a chair? Are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Well, I have to have the main event, Doom and
Versus Sting?
versus Sting and Lex Luger.
It's not much of a main event.
Well, it would have been 15 years ago.
Actually, the main event I remember was Doom versus Arn Anderson, Ric Flair at the Jeff Moss. Anyway. Wow, how long
Wasn't that
was
the one where Jim Cornette hit somebody with a tennis
No,
racket?
that was a couple years before.
Okay.
that. Anyway. Anything else you want to add, X? Anything you'd like to say?
It's
to the fans
great
out
to be
there?
back on a set with you. Join us again here on YouTube for more of the Pro Wrestling Rundown.
Now stay tuned next for... Oh, wait a minute. We're not on TV.
What was on after us?
Project Fitness.
I loved that show.
Yeah, I can tell.
Hey!
All right, guys. With that one, thanks for joining us. Hope to see
You
you
even
next
got
month.
Frank busting up.
Hey, Frank's back. That's true.
Hey guys, how you doing?
We couldn't go anywhere without Frank.
We had to bring Frank
Yeah.
back.
Oh my goodness. Look at old Bertha Faye, who I can't believe somebody actually put a picture of her on the internet. Wow.
Bertha Faye.
Anyway, thanks for joining us, guys. We hope to see you later this month.
Look at this.
Hopefully we get the
Oh,
second.
Victor. 1, 2, 3. Luger got pinned.
That's it. Match is over. Good night, everybody.
Woo!
So anyway, why don't you just bring Sting over here?